Hi guys, welcome to my study compass. In this video, I'll be walking you through the past paper, Math B1, Variant 1, May-June 2021. Let's get started. Zachary asks the 30 students in his class which is their favorite sport. The table shows the results. Complete the pictogram. For football, we have 3 circles to represent 12. For hockey, we have 1 circle and a semicircle to represent 6. And for tennis, we have 1 circle and a quadrant to represent 5. Find the value of square root of 225. When we type this into the calculator, we get 15. Write down the reciprocal of 2 over 3. To get the reciprocal, we swap the numerator and denominator, so we have 3 over 2. Work out 3/4 of 1/3. 3/4 of 1/3 is 3 over 4 times 1 over 3, which is equal to 1 over 4. Work out -7 minus 6 minus 8. When we type this expression into the calculator, we get -5. Write down the order of rotational symmetry of this diagram. The order of rotational symmetry of a shape is the number of times it looks exactly like the original when rotated 360 degrees about its center. You can use tracing paper to help determine the order of rotational symmetry. You'll see that if we rotate the shape about the center, we get the order of rotational symmetry to be 4. On the diagram, draw all the lines of symmetry. A line of symmetry is a line that splits a shape such that one half of the shape is a mirror image of the other half. In this case, we have 4 lines of symmetry. The stem and leaf diagram shows the number of hours that each of 16 students studied last week. Find the median. The stem and leaf plot is already arranged in ascending order, and so to get the position of the median, we find half of n plus 1, where n in this case is 16. This gives us 8.5. This means the median is located between the 8th number, which is 27, and the 9th number, which is 29. And so the median will be 27 plus 29 divided by 2, which is equal to 28. Find the mode. The mode is the most recurring number. From the stem and leaf plots, this number is 21. Find the range. The range is the highest value minus the lowest value. From the stem and leaf plots, the highest value is 47 and the lowest value is 12. 47 minus 12 is 35. The volume of a cuboid is 24 centimeters cubed. The base of the cuboid is 3 centimeters by 2 centimeters. Draw a net of the cuboid on the 1 centimeter squared grid. First, let's find the height of the cuboid. Here is the formula for the volume of a cuboid. When we make h the subject, this is what we get. When we plug in the values of V, L, and W into the equation, this is what we have, which is equal to 4 centimeters. A cuboid has 6 faces. In this case, 2 of the faces would have the dimensions 3 centimeters by 2 centimeters. Another 2 of the faces would have the dimensions 3 centimeters by 4 centimeters. Then the remaining 2 faces would have the dimensions 2 centimeters by 4 centimeters. Let's take the base to have the dimensions 3 centimeters by 2 centimeters. The base would be connected directly to the other 4 faces on all its sides. At the top and bottom, it will be connected to the faces with dimensions 3 centimeters by 4 centimeters. Then on the sides, it will be connected to the faces with dimensions 2 centimeters by 4 centimeters. Now we've drawn 5 of the faces of the cuboid. The last face will have dimensions 3 centimeters by 2 centimeters, which is the top of the cuboid. We can either connect it to the top here or the bottom here. In this case, we went with the bottom. The travel graph shows a student's journey. Explain what is happening between 1420 and 1440. Between 1420 and 1440, the student stopped. Complete the statement. The student is traveling fastest between the times 13 o'clock and 13:20 because the slope is the steepest. The probability that a train is late is 0.15. Write down the probability that the train is not late. The sum of the probabilities that the train is late and the train is not late must add up to 1. So to get the probability that the train is not late, we subtract 0.15 from 1. This gives us 0.85. Nazanin changes $6,500 into 5,798 euros at a bank. Work out the exchange rates the bank uses. First, let's set up the conversion ratio. When we cross-multiply and make x the subject, this is what we have, which is equal to 0.892 euros. Work out 6 negative 5 plus 8 negative 1. To get the resulting vector, we add corresponding elements in both vectors. So 6 plus 8 is 14 and negative 5 plus negative 1 is negative 6. So we have 14 negative 6. Work out 3 times negative 4, 7. To get the resulting vector, we multiply each element in the vector by 3. So 3 times negative 4 is negative 12 and 3 times 7 is 21. So we have negative 12, 21. The diagram shows 2 parallel lines intersected by 2 straight lines. Find the values of A, B, and C. Vertically opposite angles are equal, so A is 59. Corresponding angles are equal, so B is 37. The sum of angles in a triangle must add up to 180 degrees. So we have C plus 59 plus 37 equals 180. When we make C the subject, we get C equals 84. Write down the mathematical name for a polygon with 5 sides. A polygon with 5 sides is a pentagon. Work out the interior angle of a regular 18-sided polygon. Here is the formula for the size of an interior angle in a regular polygon, where n is the number of sides of the polygon. In this case, n equals 18. When we type this into the calculator, we get 160 degrees. The nth term of a sequence is 6n minus 4. Write down the first 3 terms in this sequence. For the first term of the sequence, we plug in n equals 1 into 6n minus 4. This gives us 2. For the second term, we have 6 times 2 minus 4, which is equal to 8. And for the third term, we have 6 times 3 minus 4, which is equal to 14. So we have 2, 8, 14. The kth term of this sequence is 422. Work out the value of k. To get the kth term, we equate 6k minus 4 to 422. When we add 4 to both sides, we have 6k equals 426. And when we divide both sides by 6, we have k equals 71. The radius of a circle is 42 centimeters. Work out the circumference of the circle. Give your answer in terms of pi. Here is the formula for the circumference of a circle. We've been given the radius r of the circle to be 42 centimeters. 2 times 42 is 84. So we have the circumference as 84 pi centimeters. Change 680,000 centimeters cubed into meters cubed. First, let's set up the conversion ratio. We know that 1 meter cubed is 10 raised to the power 6 centimeters cubed. And we want to find the equivalent of 680,000 centimeters cubed in meters cubed, which is what we are calling x. When we cross multiply and make x the subject, this is what we have, which is equal to 0.68 meters cubed. The length L meters of a piece of rope is 5.67 meters, correct to the nearest centimeter. Complete the statement about the value of L. So to correct L to the nearest centimeter, we have L equals 5.67 meters. Then we bring in plus and minus 1 centimeter, which is 0.01 meters, divided by 2. For the lower bound of L, we have 5.67 minus 0.01 over 2 meters, which is equal to 5.665 meters. And for the upper bound of L, we have 5.67 plus 0.01 over 2 meters, which is equal to 5.675 meters. So we have L is greater than and equal to 5.665 and less than 5.675. Without using a calculator, work out 1/3/8 minus 5/6. You must show all your working and give your answer as a fraction in its simplest form. First, we need to convert 1/3/8 into an improper fraction. So we have 8 times 1 plus 3, which is 11, divided by 8. The LCM for 8 and 6 is 24. For 11/8, since we multiply 8 by 3 to get 24, we also need to multiply 11 by 3, which gives us 33. For 5/6, since we multiply 6 by 4 to get 24, we also need to multiply 5 by 4, which gives us 20. 33 minus 20 is 13, so we have 13/24. Write 1/2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 as a power of 2. We can rewrite this as 1/2 raised to the power 5. 1/2 raised to the power 5 can also be rewritten as 2 raised to the power -5. 3 raised to the power 18 divided by 3 raised to the power t equals 3 raised to the power 6. Find the value of t. Since these two terms are dividing and they have the same base, we can rewrite it as 3 raised to the power 18 minus t. Since the bases on both sides are equal, then their powers should also be equal. So we have 18 minus t equals 6. When we make t the subject, we get t equals 12. Simplify. 8w raised to the power 10 times 6w raised to the power 5. So we have 8 times 6. And since the w terms have the same base and they are multiplying, their powers add. So we have w raised to the power 10 plus 5. 10 plus 5 is 15. 8 times 6 is 48. So we have 48w raised to the power 15. Annie invests $8,300 at a rate of 5.6% per year compound interest. Calculate the value of her investments at the end of 6 years. Here is the compound interest formula. Big A represents the final value of the investment, which is what we are finding. Small a represents the initial value of the investment, which is $8,300. R is the annual rate, which has been given as 5.6%, and T is the time duration in years for the investment, which is 6. When we type this into the calculator, we get $11,509.64 rounded to 2 decimal places. Write down an irrational number n, where n is greater than 31 and less than 32. This would require a bit of trial and error. One of the irrational numbers is square root of 1000, whose value is between 31 and 32. By rounding each number in the calculation correct to one significant figure, estimate the value of 38.7 times 3.115 divided by 20.3 minus 4.1 squared. You must show all your working. For 38.7, the first significant figure is 3. The number after 3, which is 8, is greater than 5. So we add 1 to 3, giving us 4. And the numbers after 3 become 0. So 38.7 becomes 40. For 3.115, the first significant figure is 3. The number after 3, which is 1, is less than 5. So we maintain 3 and the numbers after 3 become 0. So 3.115 becomes 3. For 20.3, the first significant figure is 2. The number after 2, which is 0, is less than 5. So we maintain 2 and the numbers after 2 become 0. So 20.3 becomes 20. For 4.1, the first significant figure is 4. The number after 4, which is 1, is less than 5. So we maintain 4 and the numbers after 4 become 0. So 4.1 becomes 4. 40 times 3 is 120 and 4 squared is 16. 20 minus 16 is 4. 120 divided by 4 is 30. Solve the simultaneous equations. You must show all your working. First, let's label the given equations. In this case, we'll be using the elimination method. Let's start by eliminating the variable y. So we multiply equation 1 by 5. This gives us 10x plus 5y equals 15. Let's label this equation 3. Now that we have 5y in equation 3 and negative 5y in equation 2, we can eliminate y by adding equation 2 and equation 3. This gives us 11x equals 55. When we divide both sides by 11, we get x equals 5. To get the value of y, we can plug in the value of x into any of the equations. If we pick equation 1, we have 2 times 5 plus y equals 3. 2 times 5 is 10. When we subtract 10 from both sides, we have y equals -7. There is a straight road between town A and town B of length 130 kilometers. Maxi travels from town A to town B. Pippa travels from town B to town A. Both travel at a constant speed of 40 kilometers per hour. Maxi leaves 30 minutes before Pippa. Work out how far from town A they will be when they pass each other. For Pippa, the distance she covers will be equal to her speed, which is 40 times the time duration, which is t. This means her distance from point A would be 130 minus 40t. Since Maxi leaves 30 minutes ahead of Pippa, her time duration would be t plus half hours. So Maxi's distance from point A would be 40 times t plus half. At the point when they pass each other, their distance from point A would be equal. So we have 40 times t plus half equals 130 minus 40t. When we expand the brackets, 40 times t is 40t and 40 times half is 20. When we group like terms, we have 80t equals 110. When we divide both sides by 80, we have t equals 1.375 hours. Now that we have the value of t, we can find their distance from point A by plugging in the value of t into either equation 1 or equation 2. If we pick equation 2, we have 40 times 1.375 plus half kilometers, which is equal to 75 kilometers. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video useful. See you in the next video. Bye guys.